Disney presents from Fantasyland, I captured the king of the Leprechauns.
What deceitful trickery are you up to now?
Good evening, Your Honor. I brought Mr. Disney to see you, sir.
Disney? I've heard of the Dailies, the Duffys, the Donovans, the Devlins, the Dohertys, but Disney, no. I don't know any Disney, so good night, sir.
This program is brought to you by Hills Brothers Coffee and Instant Hills Brothers Coffee. Richer and stronger in coffee flavor and coffee aroma. And the American Broadcasting Company and its affiliated stations throughout the United States and North America.
Coffee, coffee, richer, stronger, I'll last longer. Follow me, men. Head for the hills. It's good, strong coffee. It's Hills Brothers.
Coffee, coffee.
Richer, stronger, I'll last longer.
This way, ladies. Head for the hill. A pound really does go a long way.
It's Hills Brothers. Coffee, coffee, richer, stronger, I'll last longer. Come on, everybody. Head for the hills. Everybody seems to. It's great coffee.
Coffee, coffee.
Richer, stronger, I'll last longer.
Okay, coffee lovers, head for the hill.
Head for the Hills Brothers Coffee.
And now, your Disneyland host, Walt Disney.
Some time ago, I decided to make an Irish picture, for Ireland is the home of the leprechaun, and the little people have always fascinated me. Well, when the story finally took shape and we were facing the problems of production, I felt I should talk the whole thing over with one of my Irish friends. Now, there's nobody more Irish than Pat O'Brien.
Have you ever been to Ireland, Walt?
No, I never have.
Well, I've been all over Ireland. Dublin, Cork, Tralee. Oh, gee, it's a grand country. Awfully poor, though. See, they've never had any iron or coal for export, but they've got one great commodity they've sent all over the world.
What's that?
Men, Walt, my lad. Fine, upstanding men. And women, too.
Walt, that's a dilly. Now you have a real picture.
There's one thing that bothers me. When you start to draw in the little people.
Draw them. Pat, I told you I have King Brian and all the leprechauns I can possibly use.
Oh, now, look, Walt. Fun is fun.
But, Pat, you're the one that told me to go to Ireland. In fact, when I told King Brian you'd sent me, he asked me to bring this back to you.
What is it?
Well, it's King Brian's own personal writing crop, inscribed to you in Gaelic.
Gaelic? To Padraig O'Brien, for his unwavering belief in the little people. From Brian, King of Knocknashika. Walt, do you mean to tell me that the little people themselves, King Brian himself in person, will appear in the picture?
You promised me.
This I've got to see.
77 Sunset Strip. From this address on the most exciting and glamorous boulevard in the world comes a full hour of action and dramatic conflict.
Did you get the idea of killing him and pinning it on me all at once? Or a little at a time? During breakfast or that night?
It's the high-tension adventure of a pair of Hollywood private investigators who search for answers to questions like this.
Yeah, I'm sure he came in here.
Sure, who came in here?
My husband.
You saw your husband come in here. What's so important about that?
He died a year ago.
Turn around.
Will not.
Week after week, you'll see glamour and excitement in a fast-moving hour of intrigue and suspense. Starring Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., Roger Smith, and co-starring Edward Burns. 77 Sunset Strip, every week on ABC.
Three, two, one.
Rockets roar millions of miles from Earth. Man-made satellites in orbit. Living animals survive spaceflight. Yesterday's dreams, today's headline news. But what astounding achievements lie ahead? How will they affect our daily lives? Starting just 3 weeks from now, you'll probe the amazing answers to these questions and many more in our science specials. One program each week for 2 consecutive weeks. Each program, an unforgettable adventure, taking you deeper and deeper into the mysteries of the dark void of outer space. You will explore them through the searching eyes of the astronomer, the vivid imagination of the artist. You'll actually be with the famed Dr. Werner von Braun as he charts the course of exciting things to come. Program number 1, Man in Space. Program number 2, Tomorrow, the Moon. These are real, authoritative, tomorrow's news today. Don't miss these entertaining adventures in our science specials starting 3 weeks from now. And now your host, Walt Disney, to tell you about next week's program.
Back in the 1870s, there were only a few established routes penetrating the western frontier. Among them were the Oregon Trail and the Santa Fe Trail. Then there was the famed Chisholm Trail, over which moved great cattle drives from the vast plains of the Southwest to the rich markets of Kansas and beyond. Our program next week is an astonishing recreation of events concerning another of these pioneer trails, the Slaughter Trail. It's a story of great human courage, particularly the courage of the man who blazed the trail, Texas John Slaughter. How did it all begin? It began the day John was explaining his daring plan to his neighbor Sam Underwood.
Here's your spread. There's mine. I go north. Almost to the Panhandle, and then into Mexico.
What's here?
Oh, hills, grass, valleys. What do you say, Mr. Underwood? We open the market, we control it.
No deal,
Why not?
because I know what's there. Comanches.
Against this turbulent background of history in the making moves the historic legend of Texas John Slaughter. Next week, when Walt Disney presents The Slaughter Trail.
Here's a pair of tasty hot sandwich tricks made easy and delicious with heavy-duty Reynolds Wrap and the one and only Spam. Make these tempting surprise buns with chopped Spam, American cheese, and mushroom soup. Wrap individually in heavy-duty Reynolds Wrap and store in the freezer. Later, heat without thawing, right in the same Reynolds Wrap. For parties, try this delectable Italian loaf. Dress up Spam slices with garlic salt, oregano, and mozzarella cheese. Then tuck them into a partially sliced loaf of French bread and top with tomato sauce. Wrap for the oven in heavy-duty Reynolds Wrap. The Reynolds Wrap seals in the flavors, blends them to perfection. You'll find complete recipes for these 2 delicious sandwiches in this Reader's Digest ad. Look for it. And be sure to use genuine Reynolds Wrap, the aluminum foil that outsells all others combined.
Included in tonight's program are a few scenes from Walt Disney's new motion picture, Darby O'Gill and the Little People. In brilliant color by Technicolor, Darby O'Gill and the Little People will open in theaters everywhere soon. Watch your newspaper for the theater where you and your family can see Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Even a match can be a deadly missile.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
This has been an ABC Television Network film presentation.